Hi, everybody. This is Wendy Walker with Book Brag. I'm here with my co-host, Lynn Constantine of the Liv Constantine Writing Duo. And we have with us today author Kate White, whose new book, The Fiancee, is just released today. Kate White is the New York Times bestselling author of 15 novels of suspense, 7 standalone psychological thrillers, including Have You Seen Me?, which was an Amazon editor's mystery and thriller pick for 2020, as well as 8 Bailey Wiggins mysteries. For 14 years, Kate served as the editor-in-chief of Cosmopolitan magazine. And though she loved the job and all the freebies to be found in the Cosmo beauty closet, she decided to leave 8 years ago to concentrate full-time on being a suspense author. So lucky us.
Yes.
Her latest book, The Fiancee, as I said, is out today, and we are so thrilled to have you, Kate.
Welcome.
Thank you, lovely ladies.
So I love this book, and I really feel like I need to up my vacation game. I want to go hang out with the Keatons in the summer. That made me a little bit jealous reading it, but I really enjoyed it. But can you tell, for those people who are watching who have not yet read the book, a little bit about what it is about?
It's the story of a family vacation set on this bucolic estate that goes horribly awry. And it's 2 parents in their 70s, their 4 adult sons, 3 wives, and 1 fiance. And I guess you could call it a locked room mystery because, as in all locked room mysteries, there's a murder and it's all set in one location. And chances are that the murderer is right there on the property with you. But what makes this one a little bit different is that the main character, Summer, is the only one who realizes there's been a murder. And rather than everybody freaking out like they do in a traditional locked room mystery, she's alone in her fear, and she's got to try to convince the other people there that there's danger, that their lives are in danger.
Love that.
Now I have to ask, since it involves a family and murder, where did this idea come from?
I just was intrigued with the idea of what happens when you introduce something new into an ecosystem like a family, and how that can upset the balance. And I wanted to take it really far in terms of how it upsets the balance and just play with that. And just like I'm sure with you too, we start with a little germ of an idea, and then we start going, what if, what if, what if?
Yes. Is there one particular thing that stands out to you in terms of what you learned while you were writing this book?
There is actually, because Summer, the main character, is an actress, mainly doing voiceover work these days. But I looked into a lot about acting and was helped by the fact that my daughter studied at the acting conservatory at BU. And one of the things I found so fascinating is that actors work at not looking like they're acting. And one of the ways they do that is to look very still and not entangled. And by entangled, I mean, most of us, we move our hands around a lot, we touch our face, we scratch our face. But if you can manage to seem unentangled, it not only makes you look confident, but it makes you feel really confident too. So I've been trying to work on the hands. So
my hands, I know. I'm Greek, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But
you get a papal dispensation if you're Greek. It's okay.
Thank you.
Great. So we call it Book Brag because we like to give authors permission to read their most fabulous review and share it with everyone. So do you have something that stands out about The Fiancee?
I just happen to have it with me, Wendy, since you mentioned we might do that. Well, I love this PW one, Publishers Weekly, because it was concise but nice. It said, skillfully constructed page turner, expert pacing, characters readers can love to hate, and an intelligent heroine. Make this a winner. White consistently entertains. And gosh, to know I consistently entertain, I've got to tell my husband that for sure.
Funny. So, since you have become a full-time writer, how has your life changed?
It's just, It's been more delicious than I can imagine. I loved running Cosmo. I worked for a great company. I had great bosses, and I think they were pretty surprised when I said that I wanted to leave. But to have this freedom, and it's meant my husband and I can live in Uruguay, where we have a home for the whole winter, except that there's a pandemic.
Right.
And that's been just exhilarating for me, just that sense of freedom and being my own boss.
So now we're going to move into the lightning round. And as you've mentioned Cosmo, the first question is, if Cosmo did a quiz about you, what would the title be?
Oh, that's a good one. What's it like to go to bed, the editor of Cosmo, and wake up writing about corpses and killers?
That's a good one.
I love that.
Yes.
That's great. Are you an introvert or an extrovert, or does it depend on the stage of life you've been in?
I would say it depends on the day, because I really feel a bit of both.
Favorite cocktail?
Red wine, either French or Uruguayan.
And where do you get the most writing done? Assuming you could go to any of your 3 homes, New York, Uruguay, or in Pennsylvania.
I love my little offices in all of them, but I think in Uruguay, because I write really well in the heat for some reason, and I have a parrot nest outside my window, so I love hearing them yak while I'm working. So probably there in Uruguay.
Well, speaking of parrots, the next question is, what is your favorite word? And you can let us know if your parrots repeat that or not.
My favorite word, I think, has to be badass, because the thing that I found over the years, particularly reinforced at Cosmo, was that good things come when you break the rules.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. That's fantastic.
And you know that old quote, it was well-mannered women never make history, or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Do you watch television or movies, and is there anything you're currently binge watching?
I have watched so much during the pandemic, literally everything, that I'm now down to binge watching Law and Order UK, and thank God there's 5 seasons.
Can you name a book that you read in one night?
Lately, I would say that was Peter Swanson's 8 Perfect Murders. It really moves along, and it's a page turner.
And is there a book that was so good that you wish you'd written?
In terms of mysteries, I would say a book that I just adored was Kissing the Gunner's Daughter by Ruth Rendell, one of her Inspector Wexford mysteries, because the ending makes so much sense, but I never saw it coming and was so cleverly done. I wish I had pulled something like that off.
Right. All right. So this one, you already have sort of done this, but again, if you had to switch gears right now, as opposed to being a writer, is there another career that you think you would enjoy?
I think I'd love to be some kind of naturalist. In The Fiancee, one of the characters likes to look for animal scat in the woods and try to decide if it was a fox, but that's me. I like to do that stuff, and I love bird watching. So maybe some kind of nature person.
All right. And last question, what fictional character would you most like to have dinner with?
I think since I love badasses so much, it might have to be either Kinsey Milhone or Lady Macbeth, one or the other, because they're both badasses.
You might want to watch your wine if you have dinner with Lady Macbeth.
That's right. That's right. The mistake of having too many goblets full, right?
Right. So everybody go and grab your copy of The Fiancee out today. And Kate, could you let readers know where they can connect with you on social media?
Absolutely. You can go to my website, katewhite.com, read an excerpt of the book if you want to test it out, but also Instagram and Facebook, Kate White Author. I'm there every day.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, ladies.
Kate. It was a pleasure. See everybody next week.